Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Choo Choo Podcast. We are on episode 430. That's a lot.
That is.
430 episodes. I'm John. I'm here. I'm hosting. We've got Lorelai in the house in the building tonight. How you doing?
Hey, y'all.
It's been kind of a slow week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the news. There's not a lot. I'm looking at the games. I didn't play that much. I mean, you did.
Yeah.
But, it's been kind of a slow week for games for a lot of folks. I don't know. I mean, you can lead us off. You could talk about some of the stuff that you've been playing.
Well,
if you so wish.
I think I want to start with, it's one Rose talked about last week, but as the resident Neo 2 freak of the Chooch, I've been digging deep into Wo Long, which is like incredibly satisfying combat-wise. Like the moment-to-moment gameplay is incredible, but it's like, because now I've gone through every single thing that game has to offer and it took me 32 hours total to go through both difficulties. Like the second difficulty that they added, Neo 2 came with 3, where you have the starting difficulty and then you have a second one that's a little bit harder. But all the enemies are in the same place. All of them have the exact same attack patterns. And it only really gets like deep at the third difficulty. Like things change up, enemy placements change. This one doesn't have that third difficulty, so like with Neo 2, I kept going back. Kept going back for more because it felt different every time I played. The second difficulty of this feels exactly the same as the first, just enemies have more HP, but also you've leveled up more, so you do more damage, so it really offsets, and it's pretty much just the exact same game if you've done all the side quests, and like you don't even need like the best gear. So it's like this weird conflicted feeling I have with the game, where the game feels incredible. Like gameplay wise, it's one of the best I've played in a long time. But in the end, I just don't know if there's enough there. Like it feels light. And then like of the fights in the game, there are really only 3 standouts. And it's like the first, then there's one in the middle, and then there's the final fight, which are absolutely incredible. But every single other boss in the game, 2-shot. Just 1 to 2 shots, just go in, tear them apart. This is easy. It feels weirdly balanced in that way. Like the game's like, it's incredibly satisfying to run in and just completely annihilate a boss in like 30 seconds that you've never seen before. But that also feels terrible because I really like to learn in these games.
What do you think is different other than like the HP? Is there like a specific thing you think that like a design choice you think that they made to make it so like different, or is it just the HP?
It's I mean for the harder difficulty, it is literally just enemies have more health and hit slightly harder. But you also get better gear, so that negates all of that. And then, like, the way the magic system works in the game, I keep reading a lot of reviews that are like, oh, they took the criticisms of Neo that magic was just broken and they really balanced it. And I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? I can annihilate a boss in 3 spells on the harder difficulty. Like, it's completely broken, which is simultaneously like awesome, but the fact that it can break the game so much if you understand how the spells work with things, really kind of made it a little less exciting than it could have been. Like, the reason the standout boss fights for me were great was just they didn't feel the bosses moved around a lot, so you couldn't just cast an AoE magic spell and have it hit them 900 times. You had to actually counter and like do the defensive dodge rolling and constantly moving, and there's just a really good back and forth. And then but other bosses, I just drop a bunch of lightning bolts on their head and they're dead in 30 seconds, and it's so simultaneously like a great game, but also a disappointing one. And it feels weird to talk about that because the flow is like a baby's first Neo. Like, it's really good at those systems. It's super simplified. They made some things obnoxiously obtuse. You have to be able to get arrows or whatever from your storehouse in Neo, that was just automatic. It would take what you had extra and throw it into your inventory every time you died or made it to a flag point, a save point in the level. In this, you have to go back to the town, run for 30 seconds to the blacksmith, go into a menu you probably never even noticed. I didn't even know how to do this until I had already beaten the game twice, and one of my friends explained it to me. It's like... And then you have to run back another 30 seconds up to the flag to go back to the level. There are just some really baffling design choices that are really cool, but also take away from the experience, because they take you out of the action for 3 minutes instead of 30 seconds.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that sounds mixed.
Yeah, it's a really weird feeling for me.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right. Let's see here. Let's hit some news here. So copyright is fucked up and stupid.
Yep.
Here's another example of it being extremely dumb. So recently, Inti Creates put out a game called Grim Guardians Demon Purge, which I'm interested in picking up. I probably will soon. It is a Castlevania pastiche, specifically Portrait of Ruin. You play as 2 different characters that you could swap between.
Ooh.
And it is set in the Galgun universe.
Wait, what?
In some way, yes. I don't know exactly how, but it's involved with Galgun. So recently the game started to just like disappear from digital storefronts, and nobody really knew why for a hot minute. Everyone was just like, what? Why is it disappearing? What's going on? And it is apparently because they had to change the name. There is some other trademark for something called Grimguard, and they decided, instead of, doing any kind of legal bullshit,
they
decided to change the name to Gal Guardians Demon Purge instead of Grim Guardians Demon Purge. Which I guess does kind of show their hand a little bit more about it being Galgun related. But it's just pretty funny that they had to do this, but also it kind of sucks because, like, why? They shouldn't. It's the Grim Guard and Grim Guardians Demon Purge, like, those are so different.
Yeah. But you got those words in there, and these, I won't say trademark trolls, because they're a thing that actually exists, but it's still like
it's dumb. It's
Yeah.
very dumb. I don't know. I'm gonna. I'll try it out soon. I don't even know if it's back up yet. I don't know. I mean, I would think so because I mean, it is just like, well, we're changing the name, we're changing the logo, and we're putting it back up. I don't know how that all works.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's a quick fix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But also, yeah, I'm glad that it isn't like a permanent thing, though. You know, I like it's not just, oh no, this game came out in like a hot minute, and then now it's gone.
Yeah,
like at least it still exists.
Like trademark stuff is like super weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you have also that just came out today, like the AEW wrestling video game is being delayed by another wrestling company that did a show like 3 years ago that they also called Fight Forever, that was a wrestling show, but they're marking the video game that AEW is making. Because, we did a thing called Fight Forever before that was a 24-hour thing.
So I saw that, and the like elaboration on that is not really like a trademark like stamp thing. It's not. They're not really like trying to stop anything per se. They're just saying, hey, we would like to still be able to use this name for a show. Can we figure something out? It's way more amicable than like, you know, shitty.
Oh, yeah.
They're just trying to figure it out.
It's just one of those weird trademark things that's causing it, where we have to do this because we did a thing. So to be able to keep doing the thing, even though it's not a related, like, I mean, it's kind of related, but one's a video game.
Mm-hmm.
You're still trademarking, like, you know, the name of that, using it for your wrestling show shouldn't be affected by a video game. But it's the whole trademark system is so weird.
Let's hear. There's another bit of news here. So this one is quite personal. This is quite personal.
This depressed me to no end.
You may recall that we have been powered by, not sponsored by, Gamer Goo in the past. We have had a some form of working relationship. You know, I wouldn't even say working. We have some form of estranged relationship with the brand. In the past, they have acknowledged us, and that is something that we acknowledge them in return. Well, they have decided to stab us in the back, I would say, and stab the world in the back.
They really
changed their name
that
from
dagger.
They have changed their name from Gamer Goo to Klutch1, which is just not
good.
It's not good.
No, that's
it's not
very
a good
bad.
Name. It's not a good name. It seems like their product is not changing, so I suppose if you still want some form of sweat removal product, it seems like it's still fine. But this definitely just seems like them being like, oh, we wanted to put this on shirts, you know, like gay esports shirts.
I can't wait for the Klutch1 Overwatch team. Well, no, Overwatch you have to pay like millions to play professionally. The League of Legends Klutch1 clan of gamers. I mean, honestly, I'd rather have, if I was at a fighting game tournament, I'd rather have in brackets next to my name Gamer Goo than Klutch1.
Just Goo. I'm like, look, I don't like the guy, but fucking I don't like the guy, but like fucking Critical is out there putting moist on people's names, you know? Like, don't take it so fucking seriously.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. If they hear this, I don't know if they care that much, but if they do hear it, I don't know, they're probably going to be like, give us some love instead of some, and I'm just like, no, it's a shame. You know, I mean, even though we are a brand who is actively working on something that is going to change our name to something a little bit more serious, it's like we're doing that because we do some serious stuff here and there.
And there's a difference.
We talk about serious stuff.
Yeah.
We don't want to be Video Game Choo Choo talks about how horrible women are treated in the industry.
Yeah.
You know, that just feels it feels farcical. But when you're just like, hey, we're the people that makes your hands not sweat as much, you're Gamer Goo.
Yeah. There's a difference between like a more serious name and one that's trying to be extreme.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I just see this as like, oh hey, we want this to be something that gamers look cool wearing on a shirt, and it's especially like probably not great because it really looks like esports is just imploding right now. Like it just does not seem like it's doing well at all. So I don't know. I don't know how well they're doing. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is that we will not be powered by, not sponsored by Clutch One, because that's not funny. I mean, if the term Gamer Goo is open, I'm just gonna fucking say, we you know what, maybe we'll change it to gamergoo.com.
Yeah,
you know, we'll take it for ourselves.
Welcome to Gamer Goo, I don't know your what source for Gamer Goo's news. No.
We can fucking, I don't know, maybe we can open up like a gamers only grinder alternative and call it Gamer Goo. That'll work.
Oh god.
I think we can figure that out.
Oh no. We're just making it worse.
No, I think we're making it better.
You're right. But I like it when my hands don't sweat.
I still have some bottles, I think, somewhere. I don't know if it expires. If it does expire, it is probably expired. But they cannot erase the history.
Yeah.
I didn't play too much new lately. I played some Like a Dragonation, but I don't have fucking anything to say about that because like it's good, but it's Yakuza. It is just more of that. It is just more of that. It is the same thing that they keep on doing over and over. Like it's not the RPG, so it is the same Kiryu ass stuff.
Yeah. It feels more like a remake or remaster than a remake. Like, even though it is an upgraded engine, it still feels like Yakuza 5 era Yakuza and not like 7, 0, 6, and 0 era.
Mm-hmm.
Or even the Kiwami games.
It just seems very normal.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Same. I'm doing too much farming in it.
The farming is nice. But I did try that Resident Evil 4 remake demo.
Yeah, how was that?
This has been a contentious topic. This has been a very contentious topic. As someone whose Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games ever, you know, a lot of people think it's one of the best games ever, for good reason. It is incredible. I love that game to death. I am of the thought, I just have this very simple thought of just, this game is not going to replace the original. And I think that's okay. Because I feel like in some people's minds, they're like, okay, this is going to be the way that people play Resident Evil 4 forever. And just like, no. I like what they're doing with this. It is very much more in the same vein as the 2 and 3 remakes.
Oh.
Where it's the third person, like, very specific way that they move, the item crafting and all that stuff. But it still has that flair of RE4. It's cheesy. Like, Leon says some real cheesy lines in there. You know, the Big Go line is back. Like, he said it, and I lifted my arms up and went, woo! Because it was like, yeah, this game knows what it's doing. It is a different take. It is a different take of what this game is. And I just can't get too mad about it.
Yeah.
I just can't get too mad about what it is. it's going to be a different thing. I want to play through it, but I already know that it's not going to replace the original for me. And I think that is fine. Like as long as the original is available in some way easily, which it always will be, because like even if we move on to new consoles, like you're still going to be able to play Resident Evil 4 on PC. You're still going to be able to play it on all the different consoles. Like it's still going to exist. I just think that it's not awful for this to still exist. Like the 2 and 3 remakes do kind of feel like they were like quote unquote replacements of the originals, which is why it was maybe a little bit frustrating for some people, especially with 3 cutting a lot out. But this one, just in my mind, does not feel like a replacement. It just feels like a new interpretation, and I just can't get that upset about it. Especially because it's going to be like $20 in a year. You know? Like, it's going to be nothing. Like, you're going to be able to just pick it up on a whim in, like, 8 months and play through it and be like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. It's probably for that reason one that I'm going to hold off on, because, like, I don't know, 3, I loved the 2 remake, but 3 left me kind of, well, yeah, they cut out some of my favorite parts. It wasn't a bad game, but it lacked a tension that the original had. So that's why this one is probably a wait and see for me until, well, not reviews, but friends of mine have finished. Because, you know, people I share, like, views with on what we find fun in games, and why, like, we love the original Resident Evil stuff. And 4, yeah, like you, 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely up there. It's literally why I bought a frickin' GameCube. So I'm interested to see what they're doing.
It seems pretty neat. Like, you know, it's very different. You know, you're going around, you're fighting in the fucking village. You know, you're in the village. But there is also like a lot different too, because you're like the first house you're going into is like an actual house. It is not just like, oh yeah, there's the one room where the guy is standing there. It's like there's like a full like location there. Like there's an upstairs and a downstairs. You're going around understanding some stuff. There's just they did something new with what they were given with the original. That is all it really is. I want to play the rest of it. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to play through the whole thing, and then I will let everyone know.
I more than likely will end up also, just from hearing people's reaction to the demo. But yeah, as I said, wait a few days for you to get your mitts in, and probably Scott and will probably dig his mitts in, and other friends of mine, just to feel it out, because
So what else have you been playing? What are you gaming on?
I discovered that and I don't know how I didn't know this before, but there are a bunch of different like City of Heroes private servers now that so I've been digging back into City of Heroes, and I forgot how much I loved that game. That was a game where I spent a good chunk of years just enjoying the superhero life. I had like 20 different characters across City of Heroes, City of Villains, and the I forget what the last expansion was, Going Rogue. Like, I loved that game, and just loading it up again and getting into the character creator that has like 10 billion options was the most intimidating thing in the world. Like, I literally spent, like, the first day I loaded it up a couple weeks ago, I spent, like, 6 hours just making a character. And then I started playing, and, like, the people with the private servers have been, like, doing their own, like, new story content and stuff like that. Like, it's so cool, like, that not only is the game back, it's being updated by fans because the people that made it released the actual source code to help make the private servers easier to run and do, and that's
good.
It's just such a cool thing, jumping back into this old MMO that I played for so long with and had so many fun stories of times, and getting to relive, like, some of those old memories has been so nice. Like, the combat system is still fun. Like, a couple of these private servers added their own new superpowers and things like that, which is just like, it's so nice having a fan base that, like, keeps a dead thing alive, a thing that by all rights should still be dead because the company shut it down, didn't sell the rights to anyone, and NCSoft still technically owns, like, City of Heroes and all its associated properties, and won't sell it to anyone, despite the fact that they're never going to make another thing. And yet, yeah, the fans have been updating it and, like, making it a thing that can still be kind of relevant today and still playable.
And
it's...
What kind of new stuff are they adding exactly? Like, I mean, you said new quests and all that, but, like, what's
like, new they aren't adding anything like new zones, but it is, like, new story quests, new superpower sets. So it's like when you create a character, you choose a primary power and a secondary power, and that's how you sort of level up and build off everything. And like, they've added a bunch of new ones, which changes the balance of the game, which changes, like, the way the way you can build characters, and, like, yeah, it's just, it's just stuff like that. They can't do a ton because, they can't add stuff because that didn't fully exist, that wasn't, or, like, they can't add zones and whatnot, but, like, the fact that they're using what limited they can do and doing it, so it still feels fresh. You can still go on and do, like, seasonal events. Like, I just did one of the private servers has did their own Valentine's event that was just kind of a fun, cute little thing, and that's, like, around when I installed it. And the fact that, like, one of these is big enough that it has, like, 4 shards to be able to fit the amount of people playing. Like, the fact that I can log on and there are, like, 2,000 people playing City of fucking Heroes in 2023?
That's a lot.
Yeah. It was, like, looking at that, and that was just one of the 4 shards on the most popular one, which is called Homecoming. And it's like, one shard was like 2,000 people, another one was like 1,300, another one was like 800, and then the RP one was like 526. Which is just,
that's pretty solid.
Yeah, like this is a bigger player base than a lot of, like, somewhat active
other games,
somewhat active MMOs that still exist that have been around a long time, which is wild to see. Like, there shouldn't be 2,000 people on a fucking private server for City of Heroes. Like,
There are, and that's pretty solid.
Like, you log on to Champions Online, which still exists, and it's like top concurrent player base now is like 200. Like, it's wild. And it's been just refreshing going back to that and just remembering the times I spent in 2000. There was nothing funnier than going into a dungeon with Gail Simone and watching her shout strategy and then just running in and dying. Hilarious every time. We'll never forget.
All right. Last bit of news here. This is the big one, folks. It wasn't big in amount of information, but it was big in reverberation. Folks, there's going to be a new Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi game. It has been 15 years since 3.
Holy shit, you're right.
But after the latest Dragon Ball Fighters, there's a tournament that they streamed. Yeah, they announced it's coming back. They're bringing a new one out. Not really too much more information. They just showed like a little bit of footy of like Goku turning Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan. But people are excited about this. I can understand there being some trepidation though, just because like these days, this sort of game, the anime arena fighter, is pretty bad.
Yeah.
it's pretty bad. But these games are the ones that are just like, yeah, these are just goofy fun. It is like everyone just says that they're like, yeah, these are just like it's just like action figure games. Like, it's just like, yeah, you're just smacking action figures together. You're like, yeah, do you want to play a game where potentially some random Frieza soldier could beat up, Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Yeah, that's this. Like they just have all the different random ass characters, all the different options. It's just a goofy fun time.
Arena fighters are dumb, but when they're made right, they are an absolute blast. Like, there have been a couple of those that have been like standout fun. The original, like, I prefer Budokai, the original Budokai, to Tenkaichi, but like those ones were always kind of fun. A couple of the Naruto ones were entertaining, just the way they worked.
Yeah.
But for the most part, a lot of them are... the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure one was like simultaneously like terrible, but also really fun.
I hated that game. I played the demo like a couple of times and I was like, this sucks ass. I really don't like those kinds of games. I mean, I don't know. I might be able to get into Tenkaichi, but I don't know. I can't stand that stuff. The only one of those that I thought was pretty alright was the fucking Kill la Kill one. I liked Kill la Kill If a bit.
Yes, Kill la Kill If was very good. It like actually like had a competitive scene.
And
then
very weird.
Like, here's hoping it's good. Because a good one of those games would be nice. Like, because
no real info on who's making it. No real like big updates. Just it exists. That's it. And that'll do it for the show. Don't really have too much else. We did get one question that was just game or goo, and I mean, I think we answered that question pretty much earlier. It's the goo, baby. I mean, we're going after the goo.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
We're a site dedicated to goo now. Finally, Gwyneth Paltrow has a place to release stuff to. Goop reviews coming in 2025.
Let's review the goo. Folks, if you want to continue to support us, you can go to videogamechoochoo.com. Go to @VGCC on Twitter. videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. Tumblr. And if you put a /ask at the end of it, you send us a question. Facebook.com/videogamechoochoo. YouTube.com/videogamechoochoo. Twitch.tv/VGCC. So I'm going to announce something really quick. I'm going to let everyone know. This next Sunday, not, let me check the date exactly. The 19th. We will be doing a live stream. We will be doing a live stream on the Twitch, twitch.tv/VGCC, where we will be revealing our Game of the Year stuff. We will be doing a stream of Game of the Year. I don't know the exact time yet. Keep an eye on our socials on the twitter.com/VGCC and our Tumblr. And our Discord. Go to our Discord, thegamezone.zone. You type in that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. We will tell you the exact time, but we're going to be doing a stream for it. So check that out, please. You're excited. We're ready. I'm ready to be done with Game of the Year, but also, boom, ready, go. And if you want to continue to support us, it's patreon.com/VGCC for that's just $3 a month. Get access to stuff a week early, like our anime podcast and Limited Railworks. You also get some exclusive content too, here and there. It's a nice little treat. Thank you to Melt Channel/Magic Circuit for the theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to more of their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. Check them out whenever. Lorelai, where can people find you?
You can find me at both Twitch and Twitter at Judgment Scythe.
Find me on Twitter at JOHN_MICHONSKI. And that'll do it. Short episode, real short this time, but didn't really have too much going this week. So thanks for being on, Lorelai, and thanks so much for listening, everybody. We'll be back most likely next week. I mean, I don't know, we might take a week off to prepare for the Game of the Year stuff. We'll see. But for now, just keep an eye out on our socials. And we'll see you soon for another episode of Unlimited oh my god. We'll see you soon for another episode of the Game Choo Choo Podcast. Have a good one.
Bye.